Hey, I haven't posted a Crohn's talk video in quite a while. Part of the reason is because we moved and I'm not stuck in traffic every day. So it's probably why I won't look at you much, because I actually drive home now instead of crawl. But I wanted to give you an update. Um, I'm on Remicade and have been. I talked about that in a previous video. But one of the issues, because I built the antibodies to the Humira while I was also taking as a thiopurine or Imuran, the doc wanted to try different some different stuff. So she put me on methotrexate, which is the worst medication I've ever taken in my life. It was horrible. It was I usually don't react very strongly to medications, the side effects, but holy cow, every one of them, I think, essentially made me sick. So I felt like I had the flu, and it lasted for about 3 days. So you take the pills once a week. So I take the pills. I took them on a Tuesday night. It's just kind of how it happened. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so the rest of the work week, I felt like crap. Body pains, aches, nausea. So I was popping ibuprofen or acetaminophen like crazy for the aches and pains. Sometimes I was actually taking flu medication for all the symptoms. I had to get a medication for the nausea because it would just like hit me and come on with no warning. So I was taking a medication to counteract the medication, which was meant to help with the medication. So it was this spiral. So it was horrible. So we changed the dosage on it to see if that would help. It didn't help, and I suffered through that. It wasn't quite a year, but just hoping that eventually my body would get used to it and the symptoms wouldn't be as bad, and it just stayed the same. Another one was my eyes started hurting really bad. Now, where we moved to Utah, and it's a very dry climate, and so it's already a difficult adjustment when I've spent the last 15 years living near bodies of water, basically living on a coast. So it was either humid or temperate, but now we're in the desert. So that was already a challenge. We got to the point where my contacts felt like they were sandpaper in my eyes, and I would put eye drops in them and everything. And then I looked at the side effects of methotrexate and found out that, lo and behold, dry eye is one of the side effects. So I went to the eye doctor. They diagnosed me with it. At first he told me, oh no, it's just because you're here in Utah, you'll get used to it. You just need to drink more water and cut out caffeine out of your diet and all this garbage. Of course, it didn't work because it wasn't being caused just by the desert air. It was being caused by the medication and just exacerbated by being in the desert. So went back to the eye doctor, and he gave me a prescription Xidra, Xidra eye drops, which essentially I'm on. So I haven't been able to wear my contacts, which sucks. The eye drops help, but I was planning on getting LASIK this year, and you can't do that when you have dry eye, so that's pretty much out the window now. I went off the methotrexate in July, and the dry eye has persisted. It basically become a symptom now. It was a side effect to start, and now it's a symptom. So that sucks. So I'm stuck with classes. Oh well. So then they put me on, and I'm not going to remember the name of it. Shoot. I'll try to put it in the comments. But anyways, I told the doctor I can't do this methotrexate anymore. So she tried a different medication and said, this shouldn't be so bad, not as many side effects. See if this works. So I take it, and within a day or two of starting it, I developed this cough. At first, I just think I got a summer cold, dry air again, so I start using a humidifier, and then we get a bunch of wildfires in the summer, so I'm thinking it's that, and it just won't go away. So I called the pharmacist and I look at the side effects, and lo and behold, dry cough is a side effect. Now, remember, I never used to get side effects to medications. It was like the methotrexate magically made me now susceptible to side effects. So I developed this dry cough. The doctor immediately took me off, gave me a chest x-ray. Luckily that was clear. But this cough, that was in July. It's now December, and I'm just now starting to get over it. But still, sometimes when I'm talking a lot, it'll come back. I mean, and that's kind of a symptom with Crohn's too, right? Whenever you get some kind of illness or ailment, it takes a lot longer to get over it than a normal person does, because you're immunosuppressed. So I work in a job where I'm talking to people all the time, and I have this persistent cough, like I've been smoking for years. So it's been really annoying. So it went off on that. So finally the doctor said, well, we're just going to have to go back on the Imuran, and hopefully you don't develop antibodies like you did the last time. It's kind of a crapshoot. So here I am, back on that, and I've had to adjust the dosages a little bit. If you look at my blood work now, it's like the therapeutic levels of the Imuran are really not where they are supposed to be, but it's at a point where we don't want to increase the dosage anymore. So the doctor's like, well, you're pretty stable. She had me doing blood work every 2 weeks when I started the Imuran again to keep track, and it's kind of stabilized. Still the same problem of low blood count, being anemic. I mean, that's been my story all along. So the fatigue and exhaustion and stuff is still there. And the only time I haven't had that is when I was taking high doses of prednisone, but definitely don't want to do that again. So that's where we're at. Remicade and Imuran, and then I have to take vitamin D and B12. The D is prescribed, the B12 I take. I don't think it actually gives me any more energy. I don't think there's anything out there that helps with that. That's just one of my main symptoms. Otherwise, the Crohn symptoms seem to be about the same. Post-surgery, it's kind of the same deal. It's just nice to know I don't have that stricture there anymore. I'm able to eat, although some foods I react to quicker than others. I mean, you end up in the bathroom no matter what you're eating, but some I react to quicker than others, so I just have to be careful. But I wouldn't call it remission, but I'm stable. So, can't ask for a whole lot more than that, I guess. Since I'm doing an update, I did want to add that medicinal marijuana is now legal in our state, and Crohn's is one of the conditions that it's legal for, so that's awesome. So I tried a Charlotte's Web CBD oil, so no THC, just the CBD, because one of the things I've developed is these leg spasms, and especially at night when I go to sleep, it's like these restless leg, violent spasms in my legs. It's really annoying, to the point where it can wake me up when I'm falling asleep. Definitely wakes my wife up. So just to see how it works, I started the CBD pills. I take 2 at night, a little while before I go to bed, and I haven't had any. I think I've had 1 spasm in the month that I've been doing that. So that's awesome. That actually helps, and no ill effects that I've seen to the CBD. So I plan to talk to my doctor about that, and continuing that course of treatment. If for anything then it just helped me with those leg spasms because they were annoying. Just one more thing I had to deal with. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, that's where I'm at right now. Thanks for those of you who have left previous comments, and I'm glad that my experiences have been helpful to some. If you're new to Crohn's and you're researching, leave me a comment. I'd be happy to answer questions. But there's also a lot of Crohn's support groups on Facebook that you can join, and people ask questions all the time and talk back and forth. And it's, if you're feeling like you need people that understand, it's a great place to go. And thanks for watching. I'll post an update, I guess, sometime if something changes.